Everybody, welcome to another episode of Personal Mastery Training. This today is a strategy session. Each podcast episode, I bring you two flavors. One is a strategy session, which you're going to hear today, where I talk about tips and strategies to help us master life. They're things I've gotten from my clients, I've shared with my clients have shared with me, quotes, you name it. I'm just going to take the best of some thoughts, throw them at you, and I love it that you yourself become your own philosopher, dissect them, see if they make sense to you. That's how we become a master of our own life, is to introspect. Don't get through life. Don't get through challenges. Get from it. So the next time you face it, you'll be that much better. Second one I do is a masterclass where I interview thought leaders, authors, influencers who have walked the path and are still walking the path and who are showing up in the arena every day. And I pick their brain, and success leaves clues. And then I pick them out, and you can pick your own out. And I share them, and we chop it up together and see where it takes us in life and get more clues on our journey. So that's the way this rolls. And so here's the thing. In the heat of any battle, or when you're facing your greatest challenge and all your skills and resources on the playing field in a competition are used up or they're equal to the next person, the thing that will give you an advantage is your impenetrable mindset that will allow you to win. This is the work we do. There's a quote, great quote. It says, you won't rise to the occasion or the challenge. You're going to fall to your level of preparation. And that's what we're doing here on Personal Mastery Training Podcast. Let's get this going. This is the topic today. Introduction. Are you entitled? All right, so here's go. We're going to chop it up here. Are you entitled? I recently read a quote that was attributed to a person named Alan Robert Neal. And he said this: entitlement is when your expectations exceeds your effort. I'm going to say that again. Entitlement. You know you're entitled when the expectations you are waiting for exceeds the effort you're willing to put in. I thought that was powerful. There's been a lot of talk lately over the last few years about entitlement and privilege. And when you think of certain outcomes, it's a foregone conclusion when you're entitled that you're going to get it. But there's no effort involved, because that's the whole thing there. Now, this is a different way to look at it. When we break this quote down, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's exactly why we're going to chop it up right now and get right into it. When your expectations exceed your effort. When you think about the last time you were disappointed at a certain outcome, whether it be a competition, a goal you set, thinking back, can you truly say you were coming from a place of being entitled? Or did you get beat by a better opponent? That's the question you want to ask yourself. So many people wake up in their lives feeling disappointed when they look in the mirror and they find themselves not where they want to be. The years have slipped by, and now they've come awake to realize that they aren't in the right job, the relationship, their body doesn't look like it wants to look, and their lifestyle isn't what they want it to be. See, what I realize now after reading this quote is that these people can be referred to as entitled. See, what we do when we're entitled is we expect a certain outcome. I expected my life to be different. I expected, my income to be different. I expected. So many things to be different than it is. But when you look back at your effort that you put in, did it match? Did it match? Were you willing to put in the work necessary to get the outcome you want? Or did you just sit back and hope, fingers crossed, eyes closed, praying, hoping that it turns out the way you thought it would? And now here we are, decades later, that entitlement didn't pay off. You didn't put the effort in to meet the expectations. There's no great outcomes without the work being put in. That's what this is all about. I can remember way back when I was competing. Do you know most of the times that I performed poorly and lost at a competition is when I went in, looked at my opponent, and thought, easy game. I got this. I know I can beat them. I know I've got the skills, better skills. I have better training, better physical skills over them. I got this. I put it on lock. I put it on cruise control. And next thing you know, I'm showing up at the end with a loss, with a big L. Because my effort to prepare for them didn't meet what I was expecting. I was entitled. Go back and think. I don't know many of you watch boxing, but I remember back in the day when Mike Tyson experienced his first knockout by Buster Douglas. See, Mike Tyson went to China. I think it was in China. He was overweight. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't prepared. But you see, Buster Douglas was supposed to be a tune-up fight. Easy, walk in, walk out. But Buster had a whole different level of preparation. His mother passed away, and he was dedicating that fight to her. He came ready. So although Mike Tyson knocked him down and they're going to count him out, all of a sudden, almost before it got to 10, Buster stood up and Buster went to work. And next thing you know, the next round, he knocked Mike Tyson out. First knockout ever. It was a complete upset, the biggest upset, because Mike Tyson was just crushing everyone at that time. So Mike Tyson was entitled. I was entitled. And now I want you to think about your life, any part of it, your sport, your personal life, your relationship, your body, whatever it is. Did you think, when it comes to your body, for instance, were you the type in high school or in your earlier life when you could eat anything, you could do anything, and it just came off? You didn't have to do any work to look good or to look at least decent? Now, as you get older, it takes work to stay in shape. It takes work to maintain that shape you're in. But you see, if you're not putting in the work right now, it's because you're entitled. You were entitled for many years. You didn't have to do anything. Health was in check. But now when the work comes, you don't have that work ethic, the effort to keep up to it because you're entitled. So it's so true that when you're entitled, it's when your expectations exceeds the effort you're willing to put in. Right? So here's a lesson for your personal mastery. Think about a part of your life right now that you're struggling with, that you have been struggling for years, whether it be finance, your health, relationship, profession, competition, or you're facing a competition coming up. Are you entitled? Have you put in the work that you need to put in? Don't ever, the opponents that will beat you and the opportunities, the experiences that will beat you are those ones you fail to prepare enough for because you're entitled. It went well before, you expect it to keep going the same way over and over and over again. The greatest in the world prepare for anybody. All they know is on any day, any given day, someone can be beaten. So they're always prepared and they're always ready. So think about that in your life. Where are you struggling? Where was it so good at one time in your life that you now feel it's supposed to be that way on and on and on again? And you've basically not put in the work necessary to get the outcome you want. You're entitled. I had to look at my own self and go, where am I entitled? Where am I expecting it to be so easy because it was always so easy that I'm not doing the work now and I'm not getting results either. So that's your strategy session. Remember the title. Remember the quote. The quote is all about the idea that we have this expectation and you're entitled and the expectations that you get doesn't meet the effort that you're putting in. So let's give that some thought, chop that up, take that to your journal, see how that applies in your life. I'd love you to do that. And let's connect. If I can help you level up your game, let's do it. There's a waiting list, but we will get on a compatibility call and we'll work it out. Information's in the link tree, in the bio and the notes. Let's connect. It's a new year, new you. Let's do it. All right, until next time. You know why I do this. If you like what you heard too, by the way, like, subscribe, and share. Let's build this community of thinkers and modern day philosophers who want to dissect life, dissect experience, and see what we get from it. All right. Until next time, you know why I do this, because I want you to be relentless about your pursuit for mastery of you. Because when you master yourself, you master the world around you and your opponents. All right. Peace and love.